Welcome to Breaking 80 Over 50, a podcast about the journey to play good golf later in life. What is good golf? Well, it's all relative, but for me, what once seemed to be an unattainable goal is now in sight. After breaking 100 for the first time at 55, then finding my way into the 80s a year later, I now have my sights set on what once seemed impossible, around in the 70s. With my best days as an athlete behind me, I have to leverage the things that I do have. A little more free time, a little more disposable income, and hopefully a lot more patience. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you being here. On this episode, it lands on the hill and it's rolling towards the hole. And it's rolling and it's rolling and it's rolling, and then it's gone. And I said,
wow.
Fast forward to Sunday, and on my way to the golf course, feeling good, felt like I probably have a good day today. And there was a moment where I paused and thought about the conversation we had earlier in the week and thought, there's no winning here for me. If I play bad golf, it's probably not going to impact my handicap. If I play good golf, my handicap will go down, and it will make my life more difficult in the competition that you and I talked about. Okay, before we move on, let me take you back to the conversation we had about the competition that I had just referenced. All right, so we are live.
We are live, and you have called an emergency meeting because you had an idea. And the way I read your text was, we need to talk. I have an idea. Very, very proud, and like you invented something new.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. I did want to talk. I did have an idea. I don't know that I invented something new. So just for a little background, there are a couple things that got me thinking in this direction. So one was, usually we talk about the favorite things we consumed on, the internet or YouTube or something we read. And one of the things that I watched probably over a week period, it had to be more than a week. It was probably a couple of weeks, is Good had the Good Cup, and it was 9 videos, and they had Peter Finch and John Daly Jr. were guests, and basically there were 2-man teams, and they played all different, like each video was a different game, right? So some of them were alternate shots, some of them were scramble, they had ones with like reverse mulligans, but it was fun pretty much the whole way through. And amazingly enough, 9 videos in, there were points at the end of each video. First place got so many points, and second place and third place. After 9 videos, it came down to the last putt on the last hole to see who was going to win the whole thing. And it ended up being really cool. Now, some people will probably say, well, they planned it out that way and they wanted to. I don't think so. I just think that's kind of the way it worked out. But they do a good job of, there's a variety of different levels of golfer there. And while the handicap system is in place to try and level that out, it doesn't always work. So they do a good job of putting together teams and making it close to get better golfers with worse golfers, and I think the competitions end up being fun. The second piece was the Ryder Cup, which was a blowout on days, the first 2 days, but on Sunday was really exciting as the U.S. tried to mount this massive comeback that fell short, so congratulations to Team Europe. But it was exciting, and it wasn't golf. So golf is usually so peaceful and so laid back. When you see a golf event and there's soccer fans there, which is what this felt like, people waving flags and yelling for their countries. And if you listen to Rory McIlroy, some of that got pretty ugly and abusive, which is not okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
We shouldn't be ugly Americans. That's unfortunate. But seeing how excited the golfers were, and it was a different level of competition. And I think the Olympics are a different level of competition. I mean, these guys go out, they play every week, but it was different. And there were a couple of cool things they did. Like I know it was a sponsor. So Whoop Strap was a sponsor, and they showed Justin Thomas was wearing a Whoop Strap. And I think he teed off on Saturday morning, and they showed his heart rate, and his heart rate was like 123 beats per minute.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see that. You think these guys, they're professionals, cool as a cucumber, but he was certainly amped up for what was going on.
I'm glad that kind of answered. I was saying my follow-up question that was going to be, what is a Whoop Strap? Because I didn't know that's where that came from, but okay, that was the whatever, the health wearable, you can call it.
That's exactly right. That they were pitching, and they want everybody to go out and buy. So I'm not buying one, but it was cool to see it and see what guys' heart rates were. I would have loved to have seen it, because he made yesterday or Sunday, he made a huge putt to win his match on 18, and the crowd just went nuts, and the fist pumps. Like it was truly exciting. So brings me to this idea, which is that I think you'll agree that we're both in different places in our golf journey. You would agree with that statement?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I thought it was a facetious question. I didn't know you needed a hard response on that one.
No,
yes.
I want a verbal response that you would agree that we're in different places in our golf journey.
Yes, I am better. I agree.
And that's fine. Like, everybody's on their own path and their own journey. So when we talk every week, we're in different places, and it's hard to compare, and it's not even fair to compare where you are and where I am. If we were together and we were going out to play, we could use the handicap system to assign strokes and use that for the game. But I was thinking about, how can we compete? Because there's a piece of me that wants to compete. Like there's
Right.
days where I'm out playing and I'm not competing with anybody, but I know that I've got a good round going, and I can feel my heart rate's up a little bit. I'm a little more focused, because I'm feeling like, all right, I gotta keep it together here for a few more holes, and maybe I can put up a score.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's the other way, where I'm having a rough day, and I don't want to just say whatever happens, and if I shoot 110 today, I shoot 110 today. Sometimes on those days, it's focusing on, all right, we don't have it today, but let's do everything we can to keep the score, to keep it in check today. And if I can go out on a day like that and shoot 96 instead of 106, there's times I feel pretty good about that.
Right.
So I started thinking about, what can we do to compete? And obviously I play a lot more golf than you, so it's not fair to just say, all right, for every round of golf you play, you get 5 points, because it's just not going to work out. But I jotted some things down, and my thought was that we could agree to a start date, and there's still some work to do on this. This is a rough draft, but it would be things like, you get points for shooting a record low round. I don't know how many points. You get 2 points if you shoot your record low round. You get 1 point if you shoot your record low over 9 holes. On the opposite side of that, you deduct points. So points would be subtracted if you carded a snowman or worse. So if you put an 8 or a bigger number than that on the card, you lose a point, or lose 2 points, or whatever that may be. And then, so let's stick with golf for a second. We set a target round, so a kind of a low end, and then for every stroke under that low end. So let's say that my low end is 90, because I know I need to shoot rounds in the 80s to see my handicap go down. Okay. So every stroke under 90, I get a point. If I shoot an 89, I get a point. If I shoot an 88, I get 2 points. If I shoot an 87, I get 3 points.
Yep.
But on the other side of that, there's a top end. And maybe the top end for me is 96. So if I shoot a 97, I lose a point. If I shoot a 98, I lose 2 points.
Right.
And we know not long ago I shot 108, so I could lose 12 points in one shot. Points for, I don't know if you've made one. I've played, well, we talked about it. I played 75 rounds this year. I have no eagles. So
I have one. If we can backwards count eagles, I do have an eagle this year.
So I put that some number of points for an eagle. And then I also put down some number of points for a hole in one. Maybe it's, again, 10 points for an eagle and 20 points for a hole in one. We could discuss all that. So no participation trophies. There's no, well, you get a point for going to the driving range. No, there's none of that. Like you actually have to accomplish something. And then I also added in there, because I think we're in a similar place, that we both like to be smaller than we are. Not shorter than we are, smaller than we are.
Yeah, keep the height.
So we could add in points for every pound lost equals a point. So I could go out, like I said, play more golf. Maybe I have a good day on the golf course and I score 5 or 6 points that week. But if you lose 5 or 6 pounds that week, we're even. Now, hopefully I'm losing 5 or 6 pounds too. But I think we're on opposite ends there. So I have an advantage on the golf course just because I play more. I've been spending more. I'm just doing more.
Yep.
You're younger than I am. It will be a little easier for you to take off the pounds than it will be for me to take off the pounds. So maybe that levels things out a little bit on the weight loss side. And the other good thing with the weight loss thing is, let's say we agree to do this. We'll start in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That means for the next 2 weeks, my goal will be to gain 50 pounds. I can eat everything and just go nuts.
You got to start sandbagging the competition now.
So that when we start and I weigh 400 pounds, like, all right, I'm in, I'm ready. I'm going to kill this weight loss thing. And then at the end, we add in some kind of reward. And the thing that I wrote down is, maybe it's $60 in golf balls. So that could be 5 dozen black market golf balls coming your way, or it could be 1 dozen Pro V1s coming my way. Like the quantity is important. We set a dollar figure, and that's what we end up with.
Yes, I'll just send you the cash to buy your own black market golf balls. That way you're not taking the loss on me buying them. Or you'll have to wait for me to see if I get like a buy one, get one at some point on them, or the Dick's coupons to come in the mail.
Right. So this is why the emergency meeting, I wanted to kind of go over this quiz. You've just seen it. I'm not asking you to make any decisions in the moment. I still need to think through some of this, but maybe over the next couple days, the next week, we can both think about it. And the next time we record, we can have a conversation over what the right way to do this is. And if we structure it well enough, and there are people out there that want to do it with us, so we can make the rules simple enough to just say, well, here's what you do. You take your handicap on a specific course. And so for me, like at Oriole, I think my handicap is an 18. It's a 72 there. So that gets me to 90, which is kind of right on that number. Right. If I shoot under 90, I get points, like I said, and then there's some number that you would add on. If I shoot over 95, I lose points. But if we structured it in such a way that someone else could take it and they could do it, then maybe the people that are listening, if they want to do it with us, they can do it with us. And at the end of the day, they can win 1 black market golf ball FedEx to their home.
Of your choice, you can choose any known golf ball to man. This guy has everything.
Right. So, thoughts?
No, I like the idea. I think the competition will be good for both of us. I think I need an edge also. I think you play with people who play golf a lot better also. So even if you're not directly competing, you are typically playing with people who maybe push you a little more. And as the science says, you are kind of the 6 people surrounding you. I forget the number of people, right? But if you surround yourself with better people, that will make you a better person. I typically surround myself with not great golfers. And not that I am in the greatest golfing league myself, but I am usually above the people I play golf with. And that doesn't necessarily help me improve. That when I hit a very mediocre shot, they're like, wow, that's the greatest shot you've ever seen. I'm like, that's sad that that's the greatest shot you've ever seen. So I like this. I like the competition. I think we can hash out the point breakdown. For me, I would say, since I kind of rotate between 2 main courses, I would just have to figure out maybe 2 different scores for both of those, which is fine. That's not difficult, I don't think. And I also think we can stick with points in like a Stableford format, or I don't know if we want to swap the positives and minuses, so it's more like a golf score. Like you finished October 9 under. Like, I don't know, just in terms of the golf lingo, that doesn't really matter. Like I said, I would like to go backwards and get my eagle from a previous score. If we can just bring that forward, I'll take that off the start.
I'm okay with that. We'll just make eagles worth 1 point.
That's fine. I start with 1.
You'll start with 1. That's
infinitely
right.
percentage better than you. No, I like it. I think we can hash out the details and we pick a start date, and then we'd also have to pick an end date. Like, I don't know, maybe we run this from mid-October through December or mid-November, or I'm sure during the winter, I don't know necessarily when, I'll be down in Fort Lauderdale and maybe we have the championship round at Oriole. Something like that. Like, I don't know. But I like the idea. I think the competitiveness will be good for us. I think it'll be good for me, especially.
Yeah, and so I agree with what you said. I think the competition is good. And I feel bad sometimes because most of the people, not all the people, like I do play with some people where I'm the better golfer, but the people I play with regularly are better golfers than I am. We do usually on Saturday. And if the IRS is listening, like it's a little bit of money. Like there's a little 50 cents for a birdie and 50 cents for a sand save. Like there's never more than $2 that changes hands at the end of one of these games. But I wish that I could play, more straight up. If I was closer, I'd love to play like a skins game or something, because I think the competition is good. I think you get fired up for it, and you hit a bad shot and you think, all right, like I'm not out of this. I've got to, if I say bogey here, like I can save the hole. So I
Right.
think that kind of stuff is good. And yeah, we can work at it. And I don't think it's a problem that you play at multiple courses. I know when you go into the app to enter a score, like it tells you what your course handicap is.
Yeah.
So I think if we use that and we say whatever the course is, or if we went back and we played Sawgrass and my course handicap is 30, then I take 72 or whatever the par is plus 30, and I say, all right, I'm expected to shoot 101. So if I shoot better than that, I get points, or whichever way we go. If I shoot worse than that, it goes the other direction. So I think that's
easy enough. Rather than us picking scores, maybe, and I think that makes sense.
And I had another thought, and it just completely escaped my mind. I don't remember what it was. But so in terms of time frame, so I think your point, yeah, if we ran it mid-October through Thanksgiving, we do a relatively short period of time, because who knows how this works out.
Yeah.
It may be a total mess, but then we can, adjust. If it's a total mess, we can make some adjustments and say, okay, this didn't work well, that didn't work well, and then we run it again. But I think adding some kind of game, having something in it, so when we talk every week, yeah, we're talking about our rounds, but
what's happening in the competition? Who's pulling ahead?
Yeah. And at least there's always if my golf game goes bad, I just won't eat for 6 weeks, and I'll still have an opportunity to win the competition.
We'll see. Obviously, you're better at golf. You're getting more coaching. Your ability to progress is better. But I think I also have the most ability, or not the ability, maybe. I'm trying to think of the right word. There's the biggest gap in what I could improve. Every stroke you're trying to take off now is harder. Exponentially as you get closer to scratch, it's harder and harder to take off strokes. Whereas me, I mean, if I could easily just take off 4 or 5 strokes by just not losing a couple balls around or something like that. So I think there is a bigger chance for me to score bad. However, I also think on the other end of that, when I blow up much worse. So I think my scores might be more swingy from week to week, whereas yours might be more consistent.
I agree with that. I do think that the lower that handicap number gets, the harder it is to shave off points. And I didn't add that in there. I mean, we could say, for every point that your handicap changes right when we start, we'll both have a number. And if it goes down, you get points. If it goes up, you lose points. Whatever. So again, wanted to pitch it. You've got a brief outline. We can both give it some thought over that. And, also because as if, so you say you're going to the F1 race, so you're going to be away for a little while. You'll be motivated to not, when you vacation, it's nice to drink and eat, and you're going to have to find some time to get some exercise and watch you don't have to. I mean, I'm all for go to the F1 race and drink 30 beers. And I think you should have hot dogs and nachos. I may send you some money if you want to spend on food at the F1 race. But, or a hurricane rolls through and neither of us can play for a week because the weather just isn't. There's other ways to score points in the competition.
Right. So, all right, yeah, we can hash this out, and I like it. We'll figure out the details. I think next time we talk, we settle on the start. It could be something like whether we picked a $60 goal and that's $60 of golf balls or a shirt or a hat, or I don't know. I mean, you're probably in the same spot as me. I feel like at this point where I have 300 golf shirts and I can't even wear all of them. I don't necessarily know if I need another one. Tammy might yell at me if I get too many more, but
yeah, it's fine. We'll work it out. Like I said, I just put that on. It could be anything. It could be the next time we're together on a golf trip, then someone's got to buy a shirt or a hat for the other person. So when we go back to TPC Sawgrass and you want the $230 hat that you like, all right, well, you owe me for the October, the Halloween to Thanksgiving shootout. So there's the hat I want.
Yeah, so here's the $300 Sawgrass hat that works just as good as a $30 hat, but it's cool looking.
That's exactly right.
So no, I love the idea. We'll talk about it. I'm excited. I feel like this will. I hope it motivates me to play better. I don't know, but I'm excited to have a little bit of skin in the game.
Yeah, and I don't know if it may motivate, it may frustrate.
Absolutely, it will frustrate.
It will be even worse to go out and have a bad day and think, God, I just lost 12 points today that now I'm going to have to go to the gym for 6 hours and try and somehow lose 10 pounds to make up for that terrible round of golf.
Sorry, I can't eat the rest of this week.
That's exactly right. So, okay. So that was it. That was the purpose of the emergency meeting. Now that you're up to speed on the outline of the potential competition, let's find out how close I've actually come to breaking 80.
Right.
So that was in the back of my mind, trying to decide whether I should just go out and throw it and try and shoot 108 or go out and try and play good golf. In the end, I decided to go out and try and play good golf. Go out, hole one, double bogey, so didn't start quite as well as I started on Saturday. The second hole, I hit, so same thing. I said second hole, same thing, 320. I hit 6-iron. I didn't hit it real. It was a little thin. It was into the wind. I probably only hit it 145 yards. So I left myself like 170, 175 in.
Mm-hmm.
Same 6-iron that I had in my hand to drive with. I hit 6-iron again and hit just a beautiful shot that landed about 8 feet from the pin. So I'm feeling really good about my approach shot. Jason had teed off with, I think he teed off with a hybrid, and he left himself 135 or 140 in.
Okay.
He hits his second shot, the green on the second hole is sloped. There's kind of a hill on the left-hand side, and it slopes to the right. So he hits the second shot. It lands on the hill, and it's rolling towards the hole. And it's rolling, and it's rolling, and it's rolling, and then it's gone. And I said,
Wow.
I think that went in. And he's like, no, there's a little gully down there. It's sitting in the gully. I said, no, I'm telling you, I think that ball went in the hole. So we walk up to the green, and it's nowhere. It's not in the gully. It's not off the green.
Mhm.
I said, I'm telling you. And we walk up, and it's in the hole from like 140 he holed out.
Wow.
And I've seen that on YouTube videos, but I've never seen it in person. I've never
Yeah.
seen a shot of that distance and just see the ball rolling, and all of a sudden it's gone. So impressive eagle from the fairway from him. I actually made my birdie putt on the second hole, but it paled in comparison to the guy who
The
holed
eagle
out
from
from 140 yards out. But it was a fun start to the day. Then I get to the third hole. Is a par 3. I hit my drive into there's a bunker front left. I hit in the bunker. I did get out of the bunker, but off the other side of the green, ended up 2 putts, so another double bogey. So I started double bogey, birdie, double bogey. We go to 4, another shortish par 4. You could actually drive it if you're brave. I think it's a 260 carry, probably 280 to the pin, but it's over water, so you've got to be able to carry it 260. I don't see a whole lot of people go for it. So I do the same thing there. I hit 6 iron, usually leaves me 100 to 110 in. It's exactly what I had. I hit the ball. Actually, I think I had about 100, and I said, I hate that number. I'd feel better with 110 because I have a 110 club. I don't have a 100 club. And if I try and take a little bit off, I risk going in the water. So I kind of took the full swing. I hit it 110 yards. It's on the green, but the pin is at the front of the green, and it's a tiered green. The front of the green is lower than the back of the green. So on the back, you're up higher. The ball's got to come down a hill and down to the pin. So I probably had 25 feet from where I was on the back, and it's not a makeable putt. Basically what I said is, I just hope to get the speed right so that I leave myself a 2 putt.
Right.
And the speed is getting it to the top of the hill. So I probably had to putt it 10 feet to get it to where the slope picks up, let it just die at the top of the hill, and then roll down to the pin, which is what I did. And the speed was really good. It's going down the hill, moves a little left, moves a little right, and goes in the hole.
Wow.
So my second birdie in the first 4 holes. And honestly, if you gave me 100 shots at that, that's probably the only one I would have. For anybody, it was nearly an impossible putt.
So you're double birdie at this point?
That's exactly right. Double bogey birdie, double bogey birdie.
You can stop there. Just keep that pattern going forward. It's not bad.
That's exactly right. That's all I need to do. Hole 5, no shock, double bogey. So now I'm double bogey birdie, double bogey birdie, double bogey. 6 was bogey, 7 was bogey, 8 was par, bogeyed 9. So I shot 44 on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Go to 10, hit a good drive, hit second shot in right at the pin. I have about 15 feet up the hill for birdie. I leave it just short. I make par. I go to 11, and I hit my drive well, but I hit it left. And it's a hole where you can't go right because there's condos on the right. So the miss left is better, but I hit it a little too far left. It's out in the rough. I had 175 yards in out of the rough, a little bit of tree trouble, and I pull out the trusty 6 iron and hit just another bullet that lands a little short of the green. The pin's all the way on the right-hand side of the green. It rolls on the left side of the green, all the way across the green, and everybody's watching because it's going right at the pin. And I wish we had a camera up there because I don't know how much it missed by, but it rolled by the pin and stopped about 8 feet from the pin. So this is on 11. And I make that putt for birdie. So it's my
Wow.
third birdie of the day. and now I'm 7 over through 11. And the thought starts to creep into my mind that like I have something special going on Sunday. My personal record is 86, is the
Right.
best round of golf that I've ever shot. So that's 14 over. So I'm 7 over through 11, and I'm thinking, I really have a shot at that. And if I played, like I could scare, breaking 80 if I really played well. So I go on to 12, didn't last long. I, I, I double bogeyed 12, uh, a par on 13, a par on 14. So I'm 9 over after 14. So I'm still in a place where, again, the best round I ever shot was an 86, which is 14 over. I'm like, all right, I'm 9 over after 14. I'm in this. I go to 15 and I double bogey 15 and I double bogey 16. So now I'm in trouble, and I'm 13 over through 16 with 2 holes to play. And I'm kind of talking to myself, and I say, you know what? It's still going to be a good day. It's still going to be a good round. It's unfortunate it didn't work out, but it's okay. So I go to 17 and I hit my drive out of bounds left, and I hit it well. I just hit it out of bounds. So I have to drop, and it's all starting to crumble at this point. So I dropped 2. I'm hitting 3 on the left side of the fairway. There's probably the biggest tree on the golf course. And I don't really like the shot, because if I try to go to the left of it or I try to go to the right of it, I'm going to hit that tree. So my thought is I'm just going to go over it. Like I'm far enough back that I think I can get the ball up over it. And I do. I hit a good shot. I leave myself about 110 in. I hit a good shot in, leave probably 15 feet from the pin, and drain a par putt on 17 to keep my score basically at 13 over at that
Right.
point. So saved par after hitting my drive out of bounds. I get to 18 and another bad drive. This one I hit right. It's not out of bounds, but right creates tree trouble. There's no path to the green for my second shot. So I decide that I'm going to chip out into the fairway. And if I make bogey, I still shoot 86. It's still a good day. So I hit the chip shot and I don't hit it far enough. It doesn't get to the fairway.
Okay.
So I'm left where I still have tree trouble. I can see the pin from where I'm at, but basically I'm 135 yards out, and I've got to hit the ball low because there's branches overhanging where I've got it. And there's no way to get over the tree. I'm just too close. And of course I hear from Jason is like, that's dope. Just hit a low stinger up there. I was like, I don't have the low stinger shot. I'm sure you do, but that's not in my repertoire. So go up. I'm working on it in my head, like how I want to hit the shot. I move the ball back in my stance a little bit. And amazingly enough, I hit a fantastic low stinger right at the pin. It hits a little bit before the green, and I'm on the fringe again, about 15 feet from the pin. At the same time, so Jason had been complaining most of the day that on Saturday after he played golf, he went home and he spent 3 hours trimming hedges. And he said he almost didn't play golf on Sunday. His back was hurting so bad from the tree trimming, but he came out, and now he had the eagle on 2, but he really hadn't been playing that well and was leaving a lot of shots right. And he kept saying, like, my back hurts and I just can't get through the ball. So on 18, he had hit his second shot further right than I'd ever seen him hit anything.
Okay.
And so he's way right of the green. He's 60 yards out, and I'm on my way to my ball, and he hits a chip from 60 yards that lands on the fringe, rolls, hits the pin, and goes in. So now he's got an eagle from 135 or 140 yards and a birdie from 60 yards.
He should trim more hedges.
That's exactly right. It was crazy to see that once in a day is a miracle. To see it twice in the same day was just unbelievable. And we were playing with Jake. It was myself and Jason and Jake. And Jake just throws his hands up in the air. He's like, what is going on out here? So then I get over my putt again. I'm on the fringe. I'm 15 feet from the pin, and I hit the ball way too hard. But on a direct line, it hit the pin so hard, I'm surprised it didn't break it. Ball hits the pin and goes in, and I make par. If it hadn't hit the pin, it was going 15 or 20 feet by the hole.
So is that an 85?
That's an 85. So
wow.
I made par on 17 after hitting the ball out of bounds, and I made par on 18 after hitting a terrible drive for an 85 on Sunday, which is, it's not the course record, but it is my new course record.
No,
And
that's
I saw
impressive.
an eagle from 135 and a birdie from 60 yards out. So it was a wild Sunday. So there you have it, 85. 3 birdies, 6 pars, 3 bogeys, 5 doubles, and a triple. Not how I had imagined it. I hit the fairway 36% of the time, hit 33% of greens in regulation, and had 4 up and downs. The thing that really made the day? Putting. And early on, even that didn't look good. I had 4 3-putts in the first 6 holes, but then I settled down. I finished the day with 30 total putts. 4 3-putts, 5 2-putts, 8 1-putts, and 1 0-putt on 18, where I hit the putt from the fringe to save par. Like I said, not how I imagined it, but that's the interesting thing about this game. There is no standard blueprint. Yes, I would love nothing more than to play boring golf. Fairway, green, 2 putts, par. That is where I want to be, but right now, I'm still consistently inconsistent. And you know what? That's okay. No, I won't be featured on Breaking 50 with Bryson anytime soon, but for me, the same guy who shot 105 on the same course a year earlier, this is what progress looks like. So maybe progress for you is shooting 110, or maybe it's breaking 100, or maybe you're working to break 70. Whatever the goal, enjoy the journey. There are plenty of frustrating days, but when you have a good one, pat yourself on the back and take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. This game is hard. That's why I hate the YouTube videos that say something like, this one easy move will add 30 yards to your drive, or 3 tips to break 90 every time. There is no easy button, no shortcuts, and generally, anything worth doing in life is hard. But, and this is important, it's not impossible. I'm living proof it can be done. What's next? Well, I'm still trying to squeeze 100 rounds into 2025 and trying to be more consistently in the 80s. Also, as you heard earlier, I'm itching to compete, and I will, next time on Breaking 80 over 50. Thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking 80 over 50. I promise I will be on a never-ending quest to find ways to create a better podcast each and every week. If you like this episode just a little, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you, so please send me an email at breaking80over50@gmail.com. To the high handicap golfers out there, keep fighting, don't give up. We can do this together. And for the scratch golfers of the world, I'm coming for you.